Apple is one of the world's most valuable companies, with a history full of fascinating facts, some of which are very little known. Did you know that Apple has more cash than the US government? Or if a MacBook can stop a bullet? Here are some interesting facts about Apple that may surprise you. Number 8. Apple has more cash than the US government. It's no secret that Apple is one of the largest tech corporations in the world. What might blow your mind though is that it has more cash than the world's most powerful government. In fact, as Forbes has reported, there were times where Apple had twice as much cash as the US government. Number 7. Apple's first computer sold for $666.66. The Apple I was released in 1976 for a diabolical price of $666.66. While this price put conspiracy theorists in a spin, the truth behind it is far more mundane. Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak has repeatedly asserted that the price is anything but evil, and he simply just liked repeating digits. Number 6. Apple's first logo featured Isaac Newton. Apple's logo is one of the most recognized in the world. However, it didn't start out this way. The original Apple logo was designed by Apple co-founder Ronald Wayne and featured Sir Isaac Newton sitting under a tree with a quote by the English poet William Wordsworth. Newton, a mind forever voyaging through strange seas of thought alone. The original logo did not sit well with Steve Jobs. He thought it was old-fashioned and wouldn't scale well with smaller sizes. Graphic designer Rob Janoff was hired to reinvent the logo, which brings us to the bitten Apple logo we are all familiar with today. Number 5. Apple launched a clothing line in 1986. When people think of Apple's greatest hits, the iPhone and the iPad come to mind. Most people might not know that Apple had a brief foray in the fashion world in 1986 with the release of the clothing line, the Apple Collection. A far cry from Apple's well-known minimalistic aesthetic, the line included branded clothing, accessories, and lifestyle items splattered with bright colors and bold patterns. Number 4. Devices are almost always set to 941 in Apple's advertisements. Those paying close attention to Apple's ads might have noticed that the time on Apple devices often reads 941. This is no coincidence, as with anything Apple related. The time originally used in Apple commercials was 9:42, the time when Steve Jobs unveiled the iPhone for the first time in 2007. When the iPad was first released in 2010, the time was changed to 9:41. But why 9:41? It's all very simple, according to the former iOS Senior Vice President Scott Forstall, who once divulged that new product launches almost always occur around the 40-minute mark of keynote speeches. Number 3. Samsung manufactures the iPad's Retina displays. Apple's pixel-packed Retina displays has made the iPad a popular choice for consumers. However, it will probably surprise most people that Samsung, one of Apple's main competitors in the smartphone space, manufactures the display for Apple. The situation becomes more perplexing when you consider that Apple won a US patent lawsuit against Samsung for copying iPhone features in 2018. Number 2. The iPod almost didn't exist. One of Apple's most popular products is the iPod. It revolutionized how people listen to music on personal devices. However, almost no one realizes that the iPod nearly didn't exist as we know it today. Tony Fadell, the inventor of the iPod, had an idea to recreate portable music devices. He first took his idea to Real Networks and Philips, who subsequently turned him down. Apple saw potential in his idea and hired him in 2001 to lead a team of 30 to design the iPod. Before we continue, I would really appreciate it if you would like this video, and if you want to see more of this content, please click on the subscribe button. Number 1. A MacBook Pro can stop a bullet in its tracks. Apart from being the state-of-the-art personal laptop, the MacBook Pro also apparently doubles as a bulletproof protector. YouTuber 22Plinkster wanted to answer the question, can a MacBook Pro save your life? And was pleasantly surprised that yes, it can. So next time you're facing an armed intruder, maybe the MacBook Pro is the best thing to have on you. This has been Les Fierman, and thank you for watching.